Yo guys, what's going on? It's Brandon, and today I'm bringing you guys my first ever Tips Tuesday on Call of Duty Black Ops. This episode, it will be somewhat basic. It won't get too advanced. It'll be for lower level players, just starting off with the game. So hopefully this will help you guys out. I'm not going to tell you guys what's overpowered or anything like that. Hopefully I'm giving you guys good tips that will help you out and not make the game more unbalanced than it already is, having everybody use the most overpowered weapon in the game. So, getting started, what I find to be most useful for me, personally, in Call of Duty, is I get pretty well acquainted with one or two weapons. Now, I'm not saying only use those weapons, but what I am saying is become comfortable with that weapon to where it becomes your best weapon, so then you do better. Because if you just use a bunch of different weapons, yeah, you're going to be used to them all, so if you ever have to pick up a weapon, you'll be used to it, and you'll somewhat know how to use it. But if you just use one weapon constantly, you will somewhat become better with that weapon. You will learn the recoil on it more. You will learn what you have to do to kill people at range or up close even. So I recommend using, well, me personally, what I like to use is the M8A1. I'm not a high enough rank to use it in pub yet. I reset my stats. I think like a level 25 or something like that. But what I do is I play league play. Now, a lot of people think that doesn't go towards your KD. It does. It does go towards your KD, but you get paired up with your skill in it. And yes, you can play parties of 4. Well, you can play parties of 6 and Dom. League play is probably one of my funnest game types because you get everything unlocked. The only thing that you don't have unlocked is camos, and you can't use some restricted attachments, which I think it's like the grenade launcher and like rocket launchers that don't lock on. You can use lock-on rocket launchers. And I think that's just about it for what's banned. But if you guys haven't given that a try, definitely go try that out. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely worth a try. Another thing I would recommend for you guys to get better at the game is use perks that complement your playstyle. If you're a rusher, use lightweight. Use extreme conditioning. Don't use flak jacket and dead silence, because that's not going to help you rush. Also, I know that this may sound a little newbie, but if you rush, I would recommend Ghost. Because that way, if you're like flanking the other enemy and they get a UAV, it's not going to affect you. You'll be just fine without it. So as long as you don't sit in a corner, you'll always be off the radar until you shoot if you don't have a suppressed weapon. So I definitely recommend that. I think Ghost is a very good perk, and they came to find someone up of balance in this game, which I really appreciate. Another thing, this will apply for you even if this doesn't go with your playstyle. If you find yourself dying to grenades and just dying to explosives in general, use flak jacket. Flak jacket is a very good perk. It takes away explosive damage, and you can survive a grenade if it's right at your feet, I'm pretty sure. Now, some people may think it's a little overpowered, and it is to a certain extent, but it also keeps you alive, and you aren't being too big of a bitch for using it, because chances are, is if they throw a grenade at you, it's most likely a random grenade, and they didn't know you were there, unless you're on the UAV, of course. But chances are that they aren't going to know you're there, so you're basically saving yourself from just a random death by using flak jacket. Another thing, and this is probably gonna be the final tip for this video, I will do more tips if you leave them in the suggestion. Just comment below if you want to see like in-depth sniper tips or like rushing tips or anything like that. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments. But this is just the basics. Once again, the final thing I would say to you guys is learn useful nades and stun spots and even jump spots. I can show you guys those, but there are videos that you can find on YouTube of jumps, nades, and stun spots that will help you out a lot. One thing I like to do is, if I'm playing hardpoint, and the hardpoint is in, say, a room, I will most likely try to take the back way into that room, if that's like a jump spot or something like that. I will most of the times go that way, because chances are they're looking through the main way, and they aren't going to expect you coming through the back way. And if you do have to go through the main way, make sure that you throw a stun in there. Make sure that you throw grenades in there, especially if you know an enemy's in there, because it'll catch them off guard, and if they're stunned, they can't shoot you as well. They don't have as good of aim. So you're gonna be able to get those first couple of shots off on them, and if you have any skill at all, you should be able to kill them. So this is just about gonna do it for this video. I'm probably gonna cut the gameplay short as well. Unfortunately, I couldn't go the full length of the gameplay. The gameplay was like 9.5 minutes long, and that's pretty long for me. I'm trying to just give out tips as fast as possible. I don't want you guys to have to sit through a 15-minute video of me just giving boring tips for you guys that you may or may not use during some very average gameplay. I think this gameplay in total, I went like 36-6 or 34-6 or 36-4. It doesn't really matter in my opinion, though. It was a good gameplay. It was in league play with some friends, just stomping on these kids. They weren't that great, but you know, you do what you can. But that is going to be it for this episode. I apologize that I didn't go the full gameplay. I will try to if I do another tips video, but yeah, I'm not going to this gameplay. But remember, guys, if you have any other individual requests for tips, let me know and I will do my best to get back to you guys. Alright, see ya.